So here we are, guys, for the white set review for Ixalan sealed for your pre-release. I'm just going to try and help you out. Just some quick tips on each of the cards. So first card we have here is Axe's Mortality, and do not play this card in your sealed pool. It doesn't do anything when it comes down. It mightn't even do anything when, if it's a board stall and you guys, like let's say you're 3 life ahead of the guy. It doesn't really do much. Basically, do not play this card. Then we got Wakening Sun's Avatar. This card, I probably want to give it a B, maybe a B minus, because there's so many dinosaurs in the set. Your opponent's likely to be playing some amount of dinosaurs. You're also likely, especially in sealed, to be playing some amount of non-dinosaurs, so you'll be destroying your own guys as well. So it's not actually as powerful effect as it seems on the surface. So maybe a C plus or a B minus. Legion's Landing, this is a 1 mana, get a 1/1 lifelinker, so not too bad. But the effect on the other side is really good. You get to keep making them for 3 mana and tapping the land that it turns into. This card's solid, probably a B. Bishop of Rebirth, 5 mana for 3/4 Vigilance, and it can get guys back from the grave. Seems really, really good on the surface, but it doesn't do anything when it comes down. When you attack with it, they're most likely going to double block. You probably won't be able to kill both of their guys. You're going to be trading 1 for 1, and you'll get a guy back. So it's a card up. It's definitely a good card, and if you're ahead, you're going to run away with the game. But if you're behind, it's not actually super amazing. So probably just a C+. This guy here, I think is actually a little bit better because in Black-White Vampires, you're going to have a lot of vampires that can attack, and you don't have to attack with him, and you'll be getting free 1/1 tokens. So I think this card is a solid B. But he is quite weak, so maybe B minus. This card here, it gains life. It actually doesn't do much. I would only board it in versus aggro. So I would not play this card in your main deck in your sealed pool, guys. Then we got this Sunwing here, a nice little dinosaur raptor. This card is probably just a C+, because it comes in and it's a 2/3 flyer for 3 mana, which is fine, it's good stats. And the effect, I don't know how powerful it is, so I'm just going to go C+ here, guys. This one here, 2 mana 1/3, I'm not going to want to play those in my deck unless it's got a really good ability. This is not a good ability unless you see your opponent has a lot of ETBs, enter the battlefield triggers. So this card would be sideboard. I would not play this in my main deck. Don't be fooled by the rare. This is more of a standard card, or a Hate Bearers card. So, Priest of the Awakening Sun. We're going to move really, I want to make these not too long. Priest of the Awakening Sun, I would play this if I had 2 or 3, even if I was playing 1 dinosaur bomb, I'll play this card in my deck because it tutors it up. But the more dinosaurs, the better. This card is probably a C+. If you've no dinosaurs, obviously you're not going to play it. But if you do have dinosaurs, you probably want to play it, especially if they're really good. Ashes the Abhorrent. This is a standard card. You don't want to play this because in the last set, obviously there was Embalm, there was Eternalize. But in this set, there's not as much of that, so this doesn't actually matter that much. I would relegate this to the sideboard. Do not play this in your main deck, in your sealed pool, guys. Settle the Wreckage. I think this card's quite powerful. I know it's a setback, they get a lot of lands. But in sealed, any kind of board wipe is very powerful. So I'm going to be playing this card, and I think it's probably a B, maybe a B minus. I don't know how bad the lands, them getting lands is going to be. Goring Ceratops, however, I think is probably a B plus, if not an A. It comes down. It's a 7 mana 3/3 double strike. Decent stats already. Not amazing ones, but his second ability is what you want for board stalls. You get to untap with this guy, you're going to attack with double strike all across the board, you're probably going to win the game, or at least make them make a lot of chump blocks and set up for winning the game next turn. Next card, Chlorofire of the Dusk, 5 mana 4/4, and it's got Sarah Angel if you pay 4 life. So Sarah Angel is a good card. Also in white, there's a lot of life gain in this set, so I actually think this card is probably a C+, if not a B minus. A very solid card. Especially since you can choose to pay. You don't have, like, if they've got no creatures, you just don't pay anything. Or if they have creatures and you want to have it back on defense, pay 2 life with Vigilance. Next card we got Bright Reprisal. It's instant speed, 5 mana, destroy target attacking creature, and draw a card. Normally I like these cards, but this says destroy a target attacking creature. You have to leave 5 mana up to get their creature. It's very obvious. Once they've seen it once, if your opponent's anyway smart, they will play around it in the next game, in Game 2 and Game 3, if it goes to Game 3. It replaces itself, but I actually don't think this card is very good. I think it's a little bit overcosted, and it should say attacking or blocking, so I'm going to give this card maybe a D+ or a C-. I wouldn't judge you for playing it, though, because it is a powerful effect if they've got a really big dinosaur. So, Inspiring Cleric, 3 mana 3/2. When it ETBs, you gain 4 life. Another standard card. It's not bad. I definitely play it in my sealed pools, but it's not amazing. So probably just like a C+. But that's probably more for standard for mono red to curb their enthusiasm. Imperial Aerosaur. Oh yeah, I just went on without the introduction about my pirate hat, but I'm rocking pirates because Ixalan has a lot of pirates. We haven't got them yet, but they'll be there. Imperial Aerosaur, I think this is actually a really good card. 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer is very solid already, and its effect is quite powerful, and it can actually win you the game if they run low and you draw it late, and you just give a creature +1/+1 flying and finish for the last damage. Rallying Roar. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn and untap them. I actually think this is a really good combat trick because you can use it on defense, you can use it on offense, and you can actually attack all, then they make some blocks, and then you, if they try to kill you on the crackback, or they're trying to race you and they're attacking back, you can untap all your guys, and they're bigger, so I like that card. Sheltering Light, I think this is one of the best combat tricks in the set because it can save your creatures from big removal spells. So if they spent like 4 mana on a destroy target creature, or like that card we talked about just a few seconds ago, 5 mana, and then you give it indestructible for 1 white mana and you get to scry. I think this is really powerful, really good card. I'm going to play it in all of my white decks. It's probably a B, maybe even a B. Well, yeah, B. Steadfast Armosaur, 4 mana for 2/3 vigilance. It's got this effect here. I don't know how good it is. God, this eye patch is getting to me. I don't know. Probably a C. I'm sitting on the fence there, guys. I'm not sure about that card. So next card we got here. This card I think is quite solid. I think it's a C+ because it's a 3 mana, potentially 3/2 first strike, which is really good stats. And otherwise it draws you a land. So I think that's a really good card, C+. I'll play that in all my white decks. Advanto Vanguard. This card is very good on the attacking. It's actually alright in defense as well. If they have like a big dinosaur, you can pay 4 life to give it indestructible, and just chump block, if it's more than 4 damage, of course. If it's 3 damage, you're not going to pay 4 life and chump block. So great on the attack. I think this card's maybe a C+. This card here, I think is probably a B, maybe a B-. It's 6 mana, very powerful effect, especially if you have some way of hurting your own creatures. So as this guy, you'll give all your team 1/1/1, so probably a B, maybe B-. Very good card. Duskborn Skymatcher, really good in an aggressive vampire deck because it has flying. If your opponent has a lot of flyers though, it's not great. I'd board it out. But otherwise, it's a fine card, maybe a C. Ixalan's Binding, great removal, can deal with planeswalkers if your opponent's lucky enough to deal with them. And if they have 2, they can't cast another one, so that's great. I mean, they'll be insanely lucky. But B, Imperial Lancer, 1 mana, 1/1. If you control dinosaur, you get double strike. Not a huge fan of this card. 1 mana, 2/2. It's okay if you have a dinosaur. I'm not a fan of this card. Maybe a D. I'd like to be proven wrong on that one though. Bishop Soldier. This is a bear, so a bear is 2 mana for a 2/2. Got lifelink, so it's a little bit upside. So I'll probably give this card a C. There's Encampment Keeper here. This is a set. There's 5 keepers, each one for each different color. This is probably one of the worst ones. I really don't like this card. I probably won't play in my white decks unless I have 23 creatures. Then I might play it. Demysfy, easy card. It's a sideboard because you're not going to play in your main deck because they mightn't have any enchantments and it might be a dead card in your hand. Paladin of the Bloodstained, 4 mana for 4 power, one of which is lifelink, spread across 2 bodies. I like this card, probably a C+, maybe even a B- because it's, well, C+. Legion's Judgment. Great against dinosaurs, less good against pirates because obviously pirates are weaker, dinosaurs are huge, that's the theme of dinosaurs. So I'll probably play at least one in my main deck, and if I don't see any big targets, I will take it out. I think I'll have to wait on this card. I'll probably give it a C+ for now, maybe a C, because I don't know how the set's going to play out. Queen's Commission, 3 mana for 2 power of lifelink, so I'm probably going to give this a D+. I might play one in my deck. I don't know how many I would play, unless I was in a big vampire themed deck where vampires mattered. Otherwise, I'm not going to be playing too many of these cards. This card here, 4 mana for a 3/3. If you control dragon, it'll get flying. So, if you've got dinosaurs, I'll definitely play this card. Otherwise, not the best stats. I'd need some dinosaurs to play this card. Probably a C, and then if you have some, or maybe a D, and if you've got some dinosaurs, it bumps itself up to a C. This is really good removal. You gain 2 life as well, and it gets rid of pesky massive dinosaurs. So I'm going to give that a B. Shining Aerosaur, not the best stats for 5 mana. It doesn't even do anything when it comes in. Probably going to have to give this card a D. Ritual of Rejuvenation. It just gains life. I'd only sideboard this in versus really aggressive decks. Otherwise, I'm not going to play it in my main deck. And remember, guys, this is all for sealed for your pre-releases. Raptor Companion, 2 mana, 3/1. As we've seen, there's a lot of 1/1 lifelinkers in this set. I don't think this card's very good. I'm probably not going to play this at all unless dinosaurs matter in my deck. I'm going to give this card a F+, maybe a D- because it's the dinosaur. Next card we have here, another Explore card. I really like Explore, really good because you're going to either draw land, or get to filter through your deck, and your guy will get bigger. I think this card's probably a C, maybe a C+. Slash of Talons, nice little comeback trick, and it says attacking or blocking, so it's better than the other one. Probably a C. Skyblade of the Legion. I'm not as happy with this card. It's great in flyers, I guess, but then they can just board in flyer removal, so I'm actually not too impressed by this card. It doesn't even have lifelink, because it's a vampire. I think it should have. So I'm going to give this a D, because at least that it's flying. Territorial Hammer Skull. This taps an attack target creature an opponent controls when it attacks. I think that's quite a powerful effect, especially if you've got removal to kind of keep them on one creature. You can start bashing in, like he's bashing into that guy there. So I give that card a C+. Vampire Seal, amazing combat trick in vampires. I'll play this probably at least one of these in any of my white decks, and if I have any vampires in my deck, this card is amazing. This card is too slow, this one here. For me, I'm not liking it unless I've got some great dinosaur synergies. This card here, speaking of dinosaur synergies, do not play this card in your white decks if you have 0 dinosaurs. You must have at least 4 to 5. The more the better, the more the better. But minimum 4, I would say. And they'd have to be quite expensive as well for this card to be worth it, because otherwise it does nothing. It's a 0/3. Next card here. Don't play it if you... Oh, sorry, I'm blocking the frame there. Let's just scroll across. Yep, so this card here, do not play this card if you only get 1. If you get 2, you can play it. If you get 3, it's even better. If you get 4, you're living the dream. So that's my set review for white. I hope I helped. I was talking very fast, but I'm trying to get it done really quickly so the video is not too long. Thanks for watching.